Hello, I'm Mike. NoStressMike.com. I want to talk some on firearms in the United States, and the reason is, okay, I had someone make a comment, and they said that when there was martial law in New Orleans, they kicked your door down, they came in, and they would take your firearms. And and I understand the reality. I understand. I know some of you don't realize I've been in revolutions. I physically have been in them. I know what people do. I know people get scared. I know people will sell out people. I know all the bad things that happen. Now, I will admit they weren't in the United States. But I am taking it for granted human nature is human nature. There's a reason why I put together the three-man militia. There's multiple reasons, matter of fact. But one of the reasons is most people, as individuals, aren't as strong as they think they are when they're put under pressure. Your morals will be set to the side. You won't do this, you won't do that. But when you're with your friends, you will find out you will do things that you normally say, well, you won't do, and all this other stuff. This applies also, that type of thinking applies in war. Even the Marines, we had three-man fire teams. We had three of us. You can't chicken out when you have two others watching over you. That helps give you the strength. This is why I talk about the three-man militia so much. More than likely, you by yourself, once you're put under pressure, you will break. One of these pressures is a firearm. They mentioned in New Orleans they gave up their firearms. Okay, it's easy to say. A lot of people will say, "Well, you can take firearms out of my cold, dead hands." Okay, that's easy to say. This is some kind of my business. Is I strike fear in people. And once they have fear, they tend to do things. And one of those things is give up their firearms. So when I hear somebody, I like to hear people say, you can take it out of my cold dead hand, but you got the spirit in you. But the reality is, it's going to be flushed out of you unless you are a different type of person. And that's why the three-man militia. These other two will help give you the spirit to stand by your word. This is why your wife or your children standing with you on a three-man militia, that's where it doesn't really work really well. Because when they're standing with you, you do consider their safety and their future. Now, when you are standing with two other men who have the same obligation as you have a better chance in standing by your words. And So, where I'm getting to is when they mentioned in New Orleans they take your guns, they shouldn't take your guns. You allowed them to take your guns. You should put up a fight. If you aren't willing to fight, kill, and die for your firearms, you need your firearms to protect yourself, your family, your country, and your beliefs. And if you're not, let's see, you have to be willing to fight, kill, and die for your firearms. And if all Americans had that attitude, we would not be going through all the problems we have now. We put up with too much corruption and shit, unconstitutional laws, immoral laws. We put up with too much of that crap because not enough Americans are willing to fight, kill, and die. Now, they made this comment when I made the video talking about what martial law is going to look like. And on that particular video, I mentioned there's going to be some kind of presence, some kind of military presence, most every place. And that military presence is not enough to do anything. That's why they're going to need help from others. And those others are going to be militias, and those militias are going to be made up of veterans. And they're also going to be made up of people, I hope, that will be willing to fight, kill, and die for their morals and the United States Constitution. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.